I actually didn't want to play Street Fighter today, but because I want to make a video, I gotta talk about Street Fighter eventually. So, Drive Rush. Is Drive Rush... Oh, I hit my mic. Is Drive Rush broken or overpowered or overtuned, whatever you want to call it? Is it that? Me personally, I think there's a bit more nuance to this conversation. You could instantly say that yes, Drive Rush is broken. It's designed to be broken. That's the problem. It's designed to be very good, obviously, because it gives you a lot of plus frames. It freezes the screen for a little bit. It does a lot. It does a lot for characters. I'm not going to deny that. In neutral, obviously, you can't just throw this out. You can't do it. You just will get cooked every single time. Probably not every single time. For the most part, if you're just doing drive rush this, drive rush this, drive rush this consistently, and you don't change it up, you will get parried. It's not even like a might. You will get parried because this naturally is the counter to this. And I bring all this up because there's something that happened like 3 weeks ago where someone was just getting drive rushed, right? Consistently, just drive rush after drive rush. And I actually have the clip. Let me pause the game so you don't be hearing it. This was a clip that happened like around 3 weeks ago at this point. It was in October or something like that. I was supposed to make a video way early on this, but you know, things happen. This is the clip. I'm gonna just play it through. It's 13 seconds, not too long, right? This is when C Viper was around, where she was coming out.
And plus, like, I get it, because...
And like, you'd look at that and say, man, there's this drive mechanic. This drive mechanic is crazy. I wish they would nerf it, right? And I'll get into some of these people's answers for this, by the way. I'll get into that. But first, I want to talk about the clip itself, and then we'll go into the people talking about the clip. This, when I first saw it, I was like, why? In my head, when I see this, I would try what he did. I genuinely would try what he did. And no, by the way, don't go after this dude. He obviously got outplayed. I don't think he got outplayed. I think you just didn't use your brain here for a second. Like,
it's not.
1, 2. All right. In my head, I'm like, I'm not doing that again. And if he does it again, I'm gonna whiff punish after the second time. If it didn't work the first time and the second time, I'm looking for a different option at that point because I know it's not going to work. If he did it again, if he didn't do anything, the C Viper player in this situation did not do anything, he would have whiff punished him. Just this alone. Let's bring it back a bit. What happened? Boom, boom. I think this is the third time, right? And he's frustrated because like, oh man, drive rush, instead of just thinking about the actual situation at hand. Dude did it again. I think this is like literally the fourth time. The fourth time. And I know you can't instantly, just like Cat on Mars is saying, you can't swing back immediately. You cannot do that. Because you're just gonna trade. Like it happened 4 times, almost, well, 3 times in a row. It was about to happen the 4th time, but he didn't press anything the 4th time because he knows. He's not an idiot, he's High Master, or was, I don't know where he is now, but he's High Master, and he knows that I should probably stop pressing a button here. So what you would stop, you'd stop and look at what he's doing and whiff punish, right? But that didn't happen. And then he tried to do the same. I'd understand, right? I'd understand if he pressed a completely different button. He has only pressed one button throughout this entire sequence, and it was crouch medium punch. Use a different button, brother. Obviously, it's lost 3 times in a row. Technically 4, because you didn't press a button on the 4th time. You pressed on the 5th and you got cooked. Press a different button. Do something else in that situation. I understand you were upset during this because you're like, oh, drive rush, but really it wasn't even the drive rush's fault. There's stuff happening when a drive rush happens. Let's say let's say a drive rush button is coming, a very good drive rush button. Let's use Mai for example, because she has a really good one. Drive rush heavy kick. And you know it's good, you know it's fast, and you know you cannot check it. If you try to check it, you get counter hit. You either block one, or you parry it, because you know it's gonna hit, is going to make contact. You know it's coming at you. You parry it, you back throw, or whatever the situation is at the time, right? Once you show them that option, they will not do it as consistently anymore. They're gonna do other drive rush buttons. So drive rush jab, drive rush medium, drive rush crouch medium, depending on the character, right? You have to show people options for them to change. Drive rush throw, it immediately stops all momentum. Drive rush throw stops all momentum. You see Blaz do it every now and then. But if you don't show them a different option and it's in their favor, they're gonna keep doing it. Just like this Ryu did. Even at the end of this, right? All of that frustration, all of the drive rushes, all the teabag that just happened, he still would have won this round. The Sea Viper would have won this round if he wasn't so angry. Look what happened. Look at where he is. Look at the health. Look at the meter. And look at the positioning. If he wasn't so angry and he was actually playing the match, he won this round right here. This round is over. Biggest combo that you got into drive impact, you're good. And even if he gains the meter for this, right? You know it's coming. He just literally did 3-4 drive rushes in a row. He don't care. He's just gonna do it. He's trying to frustrate you. And obviously he did, because he did crouch heavy punch here, which, mind you, this is around when she came out, so I know people are not gonna have optimals yet. They're not gonna have optimals around when this came out. But you weren't even focused on the match enough to like dash under the DP, side swap to have a positional advantage. You wasn't even thinking about that. People let the mechanic get to them so much that they don't even want to like play against it. They don't want to play against it. And you don't have to play. If you're just playing for fun, right? Go ahead. I think you could do whatever you want. But if you're genuinely trying to improve at the game, I think you should actually take a step back. Look at what's happening. Don't blame mechanics, because when you start blaming a mechanic, you stagnate. You just stay there. Matter of fact, you might even go down. And I think that's what happens a lot of times when they're like, oh man, this mechanic is too big, too broken. This mechanic's too crazy. This is not good enough, etc., etc. We understand that at this point, but play your cards. Play with what you have. Play your hand. If it's a shitty hand, work with the shitty hands. Lily players literally got one of their best tools nerfed. They still playing her. Her level 2 is okay now. Both her best tools, even, actually. I don't think Drive Rush is broken. It's good. It's supposed to be good because there's no plus frames in the game. It's actually a direct answer to Street Fighter V, because Street Fighter V had a whole bunch of plus frames. Bro, I'd press stand medium punch with Dan, +3, what are you doing? You just have to sit there. Because if you press something, I'm gonna press stand medium punch again, it's 6 frames. It's a frame trap. You can't press anything. And it had a priority system in the game. So medium punch, you can't do anything. Crouch medium punch, still can't do anything at that point. Into special move. You couldn't do anything in that situation. You had V reversal, maybe if you're like Ken, or a movement V reversal that was actually good, but you really just couldn't do anything. You would just take the chip and that was it. You just took the chip, or you tried some crazy play, you wake up DP. At least if you're in that situation, they're spending meter for it. They're putting themselves at a disadvantage for them to gain that advantage. It's a trade-off. In 5, there was no trade-off. You just did it. Now, we have to actually pick and choose. Do we have, unless you're Bison. Now you have to actually pick and choose. Do I want plus frames, or do I want to keep my drive meter, you know, and all this. I can't believe we're even having this conversation years after this game is out, because I thought we were just on the same page here, but obviously we're not. And we'll get to that right now because of some of the answers to Drive Rush. It's tone deaf. This is not even the one I was talking about, but this is why raw Drive Rush should cost 2 bars. No, you mess up the entire economy of drive meter. Aki can't do combos anymore. She does 1 combo, she's at 1 bar of drive gauge. Oh, here, bro. Okay. Drive Rush needs to be in a punish counter state from the minute you activate it, or needs an extended hurt box while advancing, covered in green, and I'm not kidding, right? You realize that absolutely changes nothing. So in this situation, where in this specific situation, right, it wouldn't have done anything. The only place that it would help is right there. That's the only place it would have helped. The only place. This trade right here would have helped. Which I mean I guess, but it's still, you would still be in the same situation. We need to recognize dumb players are gonna be dumb. They're gonna do stupid stuff. And that's the best part about it, because you're not dumb. So if you see a dumb player, let them do the dumb stuff and punish. It's hard to say, because I see these things, I see how it's working, I see how it's happening, but people are asking for small changes that doesn't stop the actual problem. I think what people don't like about Drive Rush is that you're just moving forward with no care in the world. But at the same time, if you're trying to bait you the entire time, you're just losing drive gauge. It's in your favor. Like they did button to throw, it tried to shimmy. If you did nothing, it would still be in your favor. If you did something, if you just jab, it's still in your favor, as long as you don't throw, because then that's when it's not in your favor, because you just lost that much health for this. Defense is super strong. That sounds fucking crazy to say in this game, because this game's like super offensive, but I'm telling you this, and I saw it happen in real time with Street Fighter V. Street Fighter V was a super offensive game. Super. Guess what happened at the end of Street Fighter V? What happened at the Street Fighter? Everyone's playing super defensive. Super defensive. And made the game get boring and stale. Why do you think Luke was so good in Street Fighter V? Other than just literally doing everything better than everyone else in the game. He was a good defensive character if he wanted to. He had the DP. He had a really good fireball. His V trigger went up to mimic the drive gauge if he wasn't getting hit. So he could just not engage with you and build up his V trigger again. So you had to engage with him, otherwise he'd always have V trigger, because it's either gonna be super defensive or it's gonna be super offensive. And there's like no middle ground. Right now there is a middle ground, because there's answers. There'll be no reason to do like raw drive rush into this, right? To bait something, because you always have the extended hitbox. So why am I worried about that? I would just DP. This would hit if he did like EX flash kick, because his flash kick goes super far, right? Same thing with this one. You would have to be doing throw, which stops all momentum, or like a special move that stops your momentum. I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say about this, because you know, I think it's obvious, but I understand if Drive Rush is like the most annoying thing in the world. I see it happening. When people hate something, they latch onto it and they don't want to like let go. They want to let go, figure it out. They don't want to do that. They're like, this is broken, get it out of here. But they're not saying why it's broken. Why is it broken? Is it because it gives you plus frames? Then are we saying plus buttons are broken? Or is it because it pushes you forward? Is that why it's broken? Is it because it eats inputs sometimes? If you're gonna say Drive Rush is broken, you gotta give examples, bro. You gotta give examples. Because if you give me an example and I lab it out, I'm like, you could do this. And you say, but if they stop it right there. Just stop right there. Okay, if you say but if they, that means it's an answer. You're playing a fighting game. You're not playing a puzzle game. Yeah, this game is very intentionally designed for specific things. So it's why this game feels like it hasn't progressed in like 3 years, because it feels like we've been playing the same game for that long. But really, we're not actually playing the same game. If we're really looking at everything, it's changed quite a bit. You can't just parry randomly. You can't do jab. You can't do jab OS because it comes out. Like, there's a lot that happens, but it doesn't feel like a lot because this game's so well made. Street Fighter V was a shit game. So they added things. They were like, whoa, no, we got a game now. Yeah, where are creators at? I'm trying to play our creator. I'm getting memories. I'm gonna start hating, and I don't want to do that. If people like the game, they like the game, and I'll let them like the game. I just will never forget what that game put me through.